It's kind of weird. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Virginia Fisherman. Good to see you. I'm heading towards the San Benito Police Department. I'm going to stand at one of their entrances for a little bit to get a view of what's going on. Welcome, everybody. I'm trying to get in the habit of not looking over my glasses. I've got new ones at work. Hi, Texas GT. Hi, Wendy. Okay. So, this is the police department in the city of San Benito, Texas, in deep South Texas. I'm out on the public road, as you can see. And it's pretty foggy. I have my yellow vest on for safety. This is their fencing on both sides. Why am I doing this? Because for a couple of reasons. Number one, because a 21-year-old named Ricky Trevino was murdered on December 7th of last year. And it is currently being investigated by the Texas Rangers, and there will be no investigation internally by the city of San Benito Police Department or Internal Affairs until that is completed. And I don't want Ricky's murder by at least 5 cops split between the city of San Benito and Cameron County Constable Office. The other reason I'm here is I want to make sure that there are complaint forms available in the lobby that has been there previously. I want to audit to make sure they're still there, and if they're not there, I want to find out why. Yeah, he was, there was at least 15 shots when they came up to him with his hands raised out the window of his vehicle after a low-speed chase. And there is video that I have seen, but I don't have direct access to, but I've seen them. So I'm just doing an audit of how our tax-paying dollars are being spent. Well, here I got them to, at one time, have a bin in the lobby that was open 24/7, where you could documenting their signage. And I have no idea why it keeps flickering. I'm sorry. The city of San Benito has approximately 26,000 people. It's pretty small, but I'm going to go around the perimeter and then I'm going to come back around and go to the lobby. So I've got a new holder for the phone. It's not a gimbal, but this could get a little bumpy. But this is where the officers park their vehicle. Vehicles, I should say. Welcome, Defend. But as you can see, I'm going to pan over. That's Business 77, which runs a long way through town. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I remember that. So I know I'm being watched. I just saw a camera move. I'm on South Williams Road in San Benito at the police department. And they shouldn't have any issues with me. Oh, that's nice. Shouldn't have any issues with me walking the perimeter. But these are our different. Trying to pay attention to chat because it's not sunny, so I can finally see it. Hi, Modified. Hi, Greg. So this is all open. There's a canine unit. I think back there underneath that canopy area, if you can see it, that's where they keep the canine when he's on duty. It's like a doghouse in there with food and water and a cage and plenty of places for him to roam around. So we have the initial perimeter. And those orange kind of barricades, those are new that they're using for closing roads versus the sawhorses that they've used. Now here, they've got this area blocked off from the rest of it. And I'm not sure why. So I'll look and see why. Now granted, this can all be seen from Highway 77 over there if I had a binoculars or a zoom camera. So this is all open and that's been sitting there a while. So I don't know what this all is. Bunch of, looks like dead bicycles and ladders. I see a lawnmower, a few lawnmowers. So, weed whackers. So, I see a truck over there. The one to the right says code enforcement, and the one next to it is for animal control. I don't know what all these other vehicles are. There's some sort of, looks like a Humvee or a military vehicle. That's not the one that they have all in the way back there. I'll show you. Hopefully I can get a closer picture. Is the big one. Maybe impound, yeah. Some trailers, but they just like junked there. There's police vehicles back here. There's a pretty bad wreck right there. So, but this is, I'm an activist, a First Amendment auditor, member of the community. Got many labels, but there's a beat up vehicle for sure. This is, in my opinion, what auditing is about, is coming out here as a person taking pictures in public. Well, that's been there a while, but that's pretty bad. And like I said, I'm trying to, and there's another, looks like a, I'll get it better on the other side. That orange thing looks like you'd have at the fair, concession stand, a portable concession stand. But these have been here quite a while. I mean, not sure the reason, purpose, but there must be. And as you can see, we have farmland all around. And yes, I did wear, I'm going to show you, I did wear work boots and long pants and high socks because we do have snakes around here. Thank you everybody for coming in. Hopefully you'll get a tour and there won't be any contact or any action, and it will be a pass. But excuse me, when I do things like this, I usually go live in case there is contact, because I'm not the fastest tech person to go from videoing to a live stream. So that's painted a flat black, but it's been sitting there, it looks like, for a while, in my opinion. Oh yeah, it says tactical operations, but you can barely see it because it's ghost painting. I guess that's what they call it. And I know where this came from. This came from, I'm quite sure, the city library, because it was leaking. But there's a better picture of the concession stand. Oh, there's a bunny. I missed him. He's going fast. So this looks like where they do some training. There's some benches there, some sort of wall, some steps with a platform. I'm sorry if I'm missing what everybody's saying. I'm trying to keep the camera steady and So this is the back side. And I think that's probably where their generator or HVAC system is. And here you can see, I think it's called MRAP, the military vehicles that they get. They got donations to paint it and put the logo and the letter on it. But there's the back door. And yes, it's fairly comfortable here today. It's about 60 degrees, foggy, damp. I know that's pretty warm for you guys, but for us wimps that live in South Texas, that's when we start getting cold. I'm trying not to fall in a pothole, or shouldn't say a pothole, a gopher hole, or trying to keep it as steady as I can. Be interesting to find out if these are impounded or if the city owns them. All of them have license plates. Well, some of them. That open bed on the right has a license plate. The next one to it, white has a license plate. The middle one, I don't see a plate. The next one, the next white one has a plate. I just found a hole. Hold on, people. It looks like a rattlesnake hole, so I'm going to be real careful. That white one has a plate. That next silver one, and then the next one doesn't. So, but as you can see, you know, it's well protected with barbed wire and fencing and the other reason, because people ask why I'm doing this, the other reason is I'm doing this is in response to the president of the Fraternal Order of Police in Houston, who said he was tired of instigators and they were watching us, which I took mean all of us people who are asking to hold all government officials and law enforcement accountable and transparent. I wonder, this happened the last time I used the particular phone. It kept blinking. I'll have to go back and do some research and look at my settings. I'm sorry it's blinking. Perhaps I'll switch to my other phone next time. This one doesn't seem to. I'm going to check something. Sorry, I was talking and walking. I'm going to see if there's any dates. Now there's a big ant pile. There's any dates on the plates, but I can't see it from here. Okay. So their neighbors, besides this field here, there's a church, and they help a lot of the local veterans. It's not a shelter, but they help them get services and things like that, and I try to go over there and support as best as I can. Okay, here's the militarized vehicle that I referred to. See if I can, it's hard to the fencing. And we're coming up to the entrance to get in, because the one I came through was the exit. But, so, looks like there's a Freightliner, and I don't know what the one next to it looks like, a white maybe. Okay, I got cut off. Sorry, guys. I got shut off completely. So we might have contact. Is anybody here? Okay. I'm getting a look. Officer just came out of the building. He's heading towards his vehicle. But let me switch it. Yeah, it just shut off all by itself. I don't know why or what or... Thank you. So he just, oh, here he comes. He's going to come to me. I'll let him. He's got his little... Good morning. I'm okay, thank you. Yep. See, that's what I like. He just said, are you filming? Are you okay? And I said, yes. He said, are you filming? And I go, yes. That's what I like. That's what I like, people. So here's a bunch of the cars. These are like detective cars. They're black with lights on them, but no markings. Oh yeah, it's got ghost on it. Can you, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see the ghost marking on it? Have to angle it just so. But there's, like you can see all the way in the distance. Back there, that's a billboard. And that's right on Business 77. So this is, you know, wide open, and people should be able to come out here and take pictures and... Oh. There he goes again. He's walking around back. Yeah, I know I'm being watched. You know, I have nothing to hide. A cop shouldn't have anything to hide either. They shouldn't be afraid of the cameras. So I'm coming around to the entrance gate now. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Yeah, I just want to make sure nobody forgets Ricky Trevino, age 21, murdered by cops, December 7th, 2018. And got me more involved in the community. I was grabbed by an officer for taking pictures and not answering questions, so. They're out there talking about me. We'll see. Whoa, this is very uneven. The front lawn is more uneven than that backyard I went through. That is so funny. Oops, maybe somebody's having vehicle problems. Yeah, right here, that's because this is their dispatch center. I mean, there's like, I don't know, over a dozen different antennas and things, so. And then when I get inside, it might be even more difficult to get a signal, but I'll try. This is too funny. This is just too funny, I think. That it's harder to walk across the front lawn than it is back there. And here's our no trespassing sign. Getting them waving. So that's kind of funny. So I'm going inside now. Okay, ADA notices. I almost guarantee there are no ADA notices. I'm not as educated as you are, Defend, and we can talk about that at another time, but I will document. Now they do have a button here. Make sure it works. And it does. They also have intercom here for emergencies. So, this is the public lobby. And I've been in here more than a few times. So, they've got a bunch of information here. Some of it's, oh, look at this. How to do a suspect description, eye color, hat, hair, glasses, complexion, scars, shirt, tie, coat, pants, weapon, shoes, sex, race, age. That's holiday drive's a little outdated. They've got some wanted subject and endangered missing. They posted the records department Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. And you can also call this other number, 361-3880. Thin blue line. And they've got a notice of examination that was held January 11th. Probation pay charges. So here again is credit card charges. And look what I found. I'm a happy person. There's a complaint form drop-off box that's locked. And look what we got here. I love it. So they passed on that one. So I don't need to ask because they are keeping up on it. Now, whether they came out here and filled it up while I was out there walking around, I don't know. But here are some of the patches. And flag. And also some old badges. And then here it shows I know there's glare, but on the upper left is the city manager. The middle top is the mayor, Ben Gomez. The upper right is Chief Galvan. Lower right is Carol Sanchez, one of our commissioners. The next one is Rick, one of our city commissioners. The next one is another Alejandro, and the next one is Tony. So there's their city sign. After 5, you can come in here and push for service. And obviously, you know, no unauthorized persons beyond this point, and it's all being monitored because we can see all the cameras have been watching me since I walked in the door. They do have disposable for medications, but I'm not seeing any signage for ADA compliance. There's one of their badges, and press the door. It works this way too. We have bathrooms in here, emergency lighting. So that was what we call a pass, in my opinion. But it might be because they know me, and I had a bright yellow vest on, and that was pretty obvious. So if you wanted excitement, I didn't provide it, but that's good with me. This is something that I appreciate them doing. It's called the Little Free Library, and you can come in and like donate books and coloring books and reading books, and they're in English and in Spanish, and the this is all being privately funded, so it's not coming out of taxpayer dollars, and they've got a few around here. But one thing I did find that is pretty bothersome, I don't know if I can get a good picture of it, but that flag needs to be replaced, the American flag. Is it just me? Can you see it? Can you see the flag on the end and how it's all tore up? I mean the Texas flag too. That's upsetting. And they have a, I know it's lit up at night, this whole place is lit up, but they have a solar panel over there. So, and as you can see, the lights in the ground around here. And so, this is the San Benito PD. I will be bringing it up. We have a city commissioners meeting Tuesday night, and I'm already on the list, or going to be on the list for public comments. And that's one of the things I will be bringing up because, you know, so this is the parking lot where citizens can park. And I chose not to park in their parking lot in case there was issues regarding anything or trespassing or whatever. It's at a safe place. It's within walking distance. So, yeah, I think that's the dog kennel. Quite sure that I saw on the other side. So, it's got plenty of shade and wind to go through. So, I think I'm going to close it down unless anybody has any questions. Hi, calling out. Anybody have any questions or anything? Because it's gone on for half an hour, and I know you guys got things to do. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, and anybody can do this. You just need to know where the, where it's public. Don't cross no trespassing signs. Don't go opening doors that say, do not enter. But anybody can do this. Hi, gray dude. So that was a pass. And they had the, complaint forms out there. But I did not see any signage regarding ADA that was asked of me earlier. I will look into that. So it's kind of funny because, okay, now, is it just me? Okay, so here we have the exit coming out of the restricted zone where the police cops are and all of their equipment. It's a one-way coming out because you can't get in. There's no, gate opener here, okay? So you're coming out of here, and they need to put a sign up to let people know that are leaving the restricted area that the public parking is to the left and the restricted zone is right here. American Disabilities Act. So here's the other side of the sign, which is got a light here. That's good, but why do they have the other side painted? I don't know. Defend is very good with knowledge about the ADA. I know, hold on. Yeah. Yep, there are. Oh, at least they have a sign, please fasten your seatbelts. I'll go show you. And, oh, what I forgot to tell you, because I've already been in there, and I didn't want to take pictures of the citizens. Yes, it's all everybody can take pictures, but, I figure if they're in the police station, then, they're stressed out enough, and I don't want to exploit them in any way, shape, or form. But I do know for a fact that the ladies' room is ADA compliant, handicap accessible, and grab bars and everything like that. Oh, this is cool. So reserved parking, van accessible. We have one with it painted and ramps to, get up to the sidewalk. There's another one, which is right there. So you've got 3 of them. You could do with a paint job, but, they have signage. They also, I think this is pretty cool. They have, let's see if I can get a close-up. Veterans parking only. So I think that's pretty cool. And another thing, except for one of the signs I saw inside, I mean the posters, I haven't seen any thin blue line flags. Okay, so we have 3 handicap parking with signage and van accessible with ramps to get up to the sidewalk, because it doesn't do any good to have handicap parking without ramps. And they seem pretty stable and well maintained. So another thing I wanted to show you that is fairly new is one of our city commissioners brought it up, and it was put into effect, and it's been widely advertised. Safe exchange zone. Let's see. There we go. And it's under surveillance. And the safe exchange zone can be used for I don't know if somebody's coming out of the restricted zone. The safe exchange zone can be used for any number of things. For exchange of children. It can also be used, like if you're buying or selling something off from the internet and you don't want them coming to your house, or you don't want to go to their house, it can be done here. It's under 24-hour surveillance. You need to sign paperwork. You could meet a notary here. I mean, there could be used any number of ways. Oops, I got somebody backing out, so I better get off talking in the middle of the parking lot. So, and I always do go back and check my live streams, and sometimes I edit them, but most of the time I leave them up raw. So I'm going to take off now, people. Thank you for being here, taking time out of your morning. It's very early for some. And have a grateful day, and hit the like button. Stay safe. And Flo's going to be going live twice for 2 live concerts today. And, you know, all kinds of other people. You know, get out there and get out of your comfort zone. Thank you, everybody. I love you. And feel free to email me anytime you want. It's my texasrose956@gmail. And right now I'm able to keep up on my emails. Yeah, it's also, yep, very good. But I'm very proud right now because they did have the complaint forms. Whether they put them out there after they knew I was here or not, I don't know. But at least they were there in the lobby, available 24/7. I didn't get jacked up. I didn't get hassled. So that's a pass. Love you. Photography is not a crime. Remember, Chalk America. Bye.